and academic research in support of the academic program. Center for Educational Research Development Services. Venue where human and material resources of the university converge to produce and make available multimedia learning resources. Center for Central Luzon Studies. The manifestation of the role that the CLSU plays as a regional university, that is, of fostering better understanding of the society in which it operates. Center for Tropical Mushroom Research and Development. A venue for technology development, research, and extension on tropical mushroom production and processing and byproduct utilization. Expanded Tertiary Education Equivalency and Accreditation Program. An educational assessment scheme which recognizes knowledge, skills, and prior learning obtained by any individual from non-formal and informal education experiences. Natural Service Training Program, responsible in carrying out academic policies of the university insofar as they affect the NSTP. Freshwater Aquaculture Center, a multidisciplinary research unit of the university which shall be responsible for aquaculture and fisheries research and development. Philippine Carabao Center at CLSU helps improve the general well-being of rural farming communities through Carabao genetic improvement and technologies. Small Ruminant Center develops technologies, produce quality stocks, and promote the goat and sheep industry. Ramon Magsaysay Center for Agricultural Resources and Environment Studies serves as a continuing source of appropriate technologies and information on sustainable environment and agricultural resources management. Land and Water Resources Management Center provides the leadership and direction towards the rational utilization of the finite groundwater and surface water resources. Animal Production Office includes all projects involving poultry, livestock, and fish. Crop Production Office includes all projects pertaining to crops and agricultural product processing. Commercial and Business Development Office includes income-generating projects categorized as commercial and business services. Now, for more than 100 years, CLSU stands proud as one of the more renowned and prestigious higher education institutions in the country. Then and now, the university is a shining example of an institution that has been dedicating itself to the task of producing responsible and committed human resources and providing services with an indelible mark of excellence.
The Department of Chemistry is one of the renowned programs at CLSU, and it has been able to equip the students with the necessary skills as it was ranked 8th best university in terms of undergraduate program in chemistry. Since 1986, the BS Chemistry program was able to produce plenty
Ayan, so there is nothing that we as women cannot accomplish. Good afternoon, everyone. Before we formally start the program and as we wait for the others to join, we would like to remind you about the proper netiquette. First, please turn off your microphones when not suggested to speak to avoid interruptions. Second, avoid sending unnecessary and inappropriate messages in the chat to maintain the formality of our event. Lastly, secure the stability of our internet connection to witness the whole program at full experience. In addition, we request everyone to rename using the format school_name.
Again, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for being here with us for today's event. As we all know, we are gathered here today to support womanhood and femininity, and to pay tribute to every woman who have paved the way for us to achieve a better society. In the world of science, women have proved their excellence despite the challenges as they play a vital role in driving creativity, innovation, and sustainability. From educators and researchers to leaders, women indeed have been instrumental in shaping the scientific community. Today, we welcome you to the second part of the MeCHEMism, the Chemist Pathway, featuring the Woman of Science. With that, I am Lena Q. Nagaosa.
And I am Eliza Mateo, your host for today. To kickstart this celebration, make sure to fill out the attendance link that can be seen on our screens. It will also be sent on the chat box by our facilitators. Now, MeCHEMism, the chemist pathway, formerly known as the ChemScientia, a talk about journey, is a two-part webinar series. So, kung natatandaan mo, partner, we already had the first part of this series last October for the men of science. And syempre for today, we will be celebrating the women of science. With that, we would like to acknowledge the presence of our guest speakers and of course, sa ating mga supportive participants both here sa Zoom meeting and those watching through our YouTube live stream.
Yes naman, partner. So, without further ado, to all guests, faculty, and dear participants, it is our pleasure to welcome you for today's webinar entitled MeCHEMism, the Chemist Pathway, featuring the Woman of Science. To formally start the program, let's first seek guidance to our Almighty God through a prayer to be led by Katrina S. Policarpio, the Secretary of CLSU Chemical Society, to be followed by the singing of the national anthem.
Let us bow our heads and feel the presence of God. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you this day for the wonderful opportunity given to us to have this event, the MeCHEMism, the Chemist Pathway featuring women of science. Thank you for the goodness and blessings over our life. As we are about to start our program, we ask for your blessing and divine providence that the activities set for this day will be successful. Grant us the wisdom to make this event a productive one. We pray for harmony during this program and help us to stay attentive and lively. Guide our path and let your spirit and power be with us. Fill us with happiness and let your will be done in our lives today. We start with you and we will end with you. We give you praise and thanks in Jesus' name. Amen.
And now, to give us her opening remarks, let's call on the ever responsible, a woman of action, the president of the BS Chemistry Student Council, Ms. Rosel S. Nunez.
Good afternoon to our participants. faculty members, and of course to our guest speakers. Thank you for being with us today. Before anything else, I would like to greet all the women with us here today. Happy Women's Month. It's been the third year of conducting this career talk, which was formerly known as Chem Central. From then on, we're able to give insights, ideas, and inspiration for the future chemists by watching and reading through the experiences of professionals from different fields. At the same time, we're able to commend and appreciate the expertise that women we have today. Truly, they can be considered as women in the field of science. As a woman myself, I am very delighted to see someone also starts with what I am experiencing right now. Thinking ako bilang isang babae ay kakayanin ko gaya nila na nasa harap ngayon na nagsasalita. Let this event be a motivation from listeners that years from now, you will be the one talking in front of everyone, imparting the knowledge to the future chemists. I won't lengthen my opening remarks, but I would like to thank our guest speakers, Ma'am Girlie Eunice P. Lopez and Ma'am Generals S. Nunes for accepting our invitation and exerting an effort to accommodate us all. Also, to our participants, I hope that you learn a lot today and don't be shy to ask questions later, knowing that it's the first time to feature professionals from nuclear chemistry and regulatory affairs. That's all. Let's enjoy the webinar and thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Nunez, for that message. Ayan, before anything else, syempre gusto ko lang batiin ang lahat ng Happy Women's Month, especially sa'yo, partner.
Happy Women's Month din sa'yo, partner. At sa lahat ng babae na kasama natin ngayon. Mabuhay sa ating lahat.
Of course, hindi lang basta women ang sineselebrate natin ngayon, kundi women of science. Speaking of, balita ko, partner, ay 3 weeks na kayo sa OJT nyo. So, how's the experience naman so far?
First and foremost, very thankful ako sa ating department and also sa PhilRise, especially sa RCFSD, for allowing us to conduct their OJT sa kanilang division. For the past 3 weeks, it is both exhausting and fulfilling at the same time. Exhausting since mahirap pala talaga ang OJT, physically and mentally. But fulfilling at the same time kasi nakakagain kami ng knowledge na maaari naming mai-apply sa aming profession someday. As a future woman of science, excited na ako para ma-apply ang mga matututunan at natutunan ko sa aking trabaho someday. Thank you, partner!
Ayan, thank you so much for sharing that, partner. As a future woman of science din myself, nakaka-excite na soon, may experience din namin yan. So, speaking of work, let us now introduce our first speaker. She is a registered chemist who is currently working as a Science Research Specialist 1 at the DOST Philippine Nuclear Research Institute. She is a proud alumna of CLSU Department of Chemistry and CLSU Chemical Society. She graduated with a degree in Bachelor of Science in Chemistry here at CLSU in 2013 and passed Chemist licensure examination the same year. She then obtained her master's degree in chemistry at the De La Salle University, Manila in 2020 and is currently taking her PhD degree in chemistry at Institut de Chimie Physique, Université Paris-Saclay as a Ile-France DOST scholar. So, introducing our first woman of science for today, here is Ma'am Girlie Eunice P. Lopez. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Narinig niyo ba ako?
Yes po, audible.
Hi! Okay. I'm gonna share my screen. Okay lang ba kayo? Currently screen sharing. Okay na ba?
Yes po, ma'am. Thank you po.
Okay, hi everyone. Magandang hapon sa inyo. I'm Girlie Eunice Lopez. Tawagin nila akong Eunice. So I am currently Science Research Specialist 1, a researcher at the DOST Philippine Nuclear Research Institute and a PhD candidate at University Paris-Saclay. And yun, thank you, Kemso, for inviting me to do this kasi sobrang parang na-miss ko naman yung organization and sobrang ganda ng initiative niya 'to kasi nung time namin, wala kaming mga ganitong, events. So, good job and congratulations sa inyo. And for throughout this talk, I'm gonna share to you how I started being a chemist. And also, I'm gonna share to you tips in case na gusto niyo mag-pursue ng graduate studies and also my experience as a researcher sa DOST Philippine Nuclear Research Institute. Okay. So, I titled my presentation as a career journey of an accidental chemist kasi hindi ko naman talaga plan maging chemist before. I don't know kung kayo din ganun, but unlike other people, parang ako when I was in high school, I didn't think of myself being a chemist. Parang gusto ko lang mag-chemistry at the time kasi sinabi ng mom ko. But then I guess this was one of the best decisions that I did. So I graduated BS Chemistry at Central Zone State University in 2013, and these were my class back then. Actually, we started around maybe 50 sa classes, and then we ended up being 13 sa class, and then I think it was a really good time. I hope na lahat ng students ngayon sa chemistry ay nag-enjoy din sa student life nila as much as we enjoyed yung student life namin noon despite nung mga may hirap na courses. And then second year, I joined the CLSU Chemical Society. I would say this was also a good decision kasi this was like joining Chemso was like a break from me sa mga stressful na classes noon. So having this family ay parang nakatulong siya sa akin sa personality development ko and also sa mga classes namin kasi yung mga how do you say this, mga seniors namin at the time, tinutulungan nila kami sa class. And so sana may ganun pa rin yung Chemso. And this was the events that we had before 2011, 2013, 10 years ago. We had a tree planting activity. Usually, mga activities namin nun ay mga tutorials. And this was really fun times. And I hope na yung mga first years ngayon, mag-join din kayo ng Chemso. And sa mga future na students na gustong pumasok sa BS Chemistry ng CLSU, I'm recommending you guys joining Chemso because it was really a good experience for us and I hope for everyone. And then my first research experience was at PhilRice. So I did my internship at Philippine Rice Research Institute, and also I conducted my thesis there. During nung internship namin ay na-enjoy ko naman siya, but then sinumpa ko sa sarili ko na hindi ako magiging researcher. Kasi ang dami-dami naming binubuhay at that time. Hindi ko alam kung meron nag-i-intern ba sa inyo ngayon. Currently sa PhilRice. But at the time, we were doing so much analysis, we were washing so many glasswares, and I thought, sabi ko, ito lang ba yung life ng researcher? So, sobrang narrow-minded ko that time. And so, I told myself na I will never do research, katulad nila, Sir Henry at the time. But then, I did my my thesis again sa PhilRice kasi sobrang ganda ng experience ko, sobrang mabait ng mga tao. And yung mga techniques and kung paano gumalaw sa lab, ang dami ko natutunan sa kanila and hanggang ngayon, dalang-dala ko pa rin yung mga tinuro nila sa akin, especially kung paano mag-weigh. Yun yung pinaka-importante. And yun yung mga tuturo ko ngayon sa mga current na interns ko. So, this was my first research experience. So, throughout my 4 years sa BS Chemistry, there are so many things that I've learned. First, I didn't like chemistry because yun nga, hindi naman din talaga gusto ko ng chemistry but I didn't like taking chemistry, BS Chemistry as a course kasi hindi talaga yun yung una kong choice. But then, sobrang na-enjoy ko siya when I did my internship. So, basically, chemistry is not easy, but it can be fun. Especially kapag wala ka na sa classroom, pagka hindi ka na nagde-derive, pagka hindi ka na nag-exam, pag nakita mo na, okay, meron palang application talaga yung chemistry. Ito pala talaga yung ginagawa ng chemist. So, ma-appreciate mo siya and say mo, ay, ang saya pala niya na course. And also, my advice is to do advanced reading all the time. Kasi nung college ako, I didn't do advanced reading. Usually, kung ano lang yung class that time, yun lang yung inaaral ko. Pero throughout the years pa sabi ko kung pabalikan ko siguro dapat nag-a-advance reading ako lagi. Pero yun. And also join organizations and have fun all the time. Also, if you have if you have hobbies, I suggest na wag niyo i-give up kung nagko-course, kung nagte-take kayo ng best chemistry course based from personal experience. Before taking chemistry course, gusto ko talaga ng writing. I was a journalist back then. Also, gusto ko ng mga arts and all, nagpe-paint ako. But when I studied chemistry, parang nakita ko na na-give up ko yung mga yan kasi sabi ko sobrang focus ako sa courses namin. But I suggest that you guys don't give up on your hobbies kasi sobrang makakatulong siya sa inyo. And also, malay nyo, magiging part-time job nyo siya aside from being a chemist. And also, one important thing that I've learned is that figuring out everything is not necessary. Kung kayo ay first year or second year, maybe pag-graduate kayo ngayon and hindi nyo pa na-figure out kung ano yung gusto nyong gawin sa buhay nyo, I think it's okay. Because back then, hindi ko rin naman naisip na maging researcher ako. Hindi ko rin naisip na mag-work ako sa ganitong field. I didn't even think of taking a PhD back then. So, figuring out everything is not necessary, but as long as you love what you're doing, as long as you enjoy what you're doing. So, these are some of the things that I've learned and sana maging helpful din sa inyo. And ito pa, studying chemistry will open a whole lot of opportunities. So, after kung mapasa yung board exam before. So, nag-isip-isip ako ano ba yung mga possible na job para sa akin. So, ito lang, share ko lang din sa inyo kung ano yung mga possible na careers sa chemistry. Kasi baka inisip nyo ang magiging job lang is maging QA sa lab, also maging professor or maging teacher or maging researcher. But here, sa daming fields na nangangailangan ng chemist. Pwede kayong pumasok sa food and agriculture, environment, energy, and policy. You can be a policymaker. You can be on sales as well, quality control, research, food safety. You can be a nuclear engineer, just like some of my colleagues, and so on and so forth. So, ang dami niyang coverage and basically sa Pilipinas, ang dami rin tumatanggap ng chemist, ng mga chemist. So, ito yung mga government agencies na meron tayo na nangangailangan ng chemist. So, noong time na nag-apply ako, sobrang na-surprise ako kasi isang avenue sa Quezon City, along Visayas Avenue, nandun lahat ng mga government agencies and halos lahat yung pwede mong puntahan as a chemist. Lahat sila tumatanggap ng chemist. So I have a friend from Bureau of Customs. Imagine, I don't know kung ano ginagawa niyo dun, but they were hiring chemists. From National Bureau of Investigation, I have colleagues there from Sugar Regulatory Authority, Bureau of Plant Industry. So, napakadami. So, if nag-iisip kayo kung ano maging job nyo after, do not worry too much about it because ang daming opportunities for you. And for those people or those students who are thinking of taking chemistry and thinking na ang papasukan nyo ay pharmaceutical only, it's not just pharmaceutical but lots of companies or lots of fields needs knowledge in chemistry and needs chemists. And the big question is if we're going public or private. At that time, ito rin yung question ko. Mag-i-industry ba ako o mag-government ba ako? That time, walang masyadong sa akin, walang masyadong nag-guide kung ano yung iti-take ko na path. Ang pinaka-basis ko lang nun is if ano ba yung pinakamalaking salary. After kung pumasa ng board exam, I tried applying for jobs, industry, and then government jobs. I tried applying sa PhilRice, but then parang regular position yata yung nahanap nila nun. So, hindi ako natanggap kasi fresh graduate lang ako. Nag-apply ako sa mga private industries along Bulacan, along Tarlac. Hindi ko siya nagustuhan kasi ang baba ng salary. Back then, 2013, um, ang offer lang for a chemist is around 13,000 to 14,000 pesos. And kasi before parang ang laki ng ano, ang laki ng expectation ka na pagka-graduate ng chemistry, okay, parang yayaman yata ako or ang laki yata ng sweldo dito. Pero hindi. That time, medyo disappointing kasi 13K, 14K for um, um, sa job na kailangan mo pa mag-overtime. So, basically, we have to manage our expectations. And so, after, I'm about to sign a contract sa isang private company, sa isang galvanizing company sa Valenzuela. And bigla akong tinawag sa PNRI kasi nag-apply din ako doon. And tinawag ako for interview and sabi nila, then nag-interview ako and sabi nila, okay, tanggap ka. And sobrang happy ko. So, hindi ko pa na-sign ang contract. Buti na lang. Iniwanan ko siya and pumunta ako sa DOST kasi ang sweldo that time is 17,000. Sobrang big deal sa akin yung 3,000 difference ng sweldo. And sabi ko, ay, sige, mabuti na lang din kasi Quezon City, malapit lang. So, mayroong advantages and disadvantages of working in a public or a private sector. Okay? So, throughout my 10 years sa PNRI, na-realize ko na some of the advantages ay job security. Imagine nung COVID period, um, ang daming nawalan ng job, pero kami, as a government employee, continuous pa rin yung sweldo namin. And that really helped us really to navigate during the pandemic period. Ito yung pinaka-importante na advantage sa na working for a government. Also, you get lots of benefits and including retirement because as early as you get in there as a regular employee, also you are already preparing actually for your retirement kasi may mga kinukuha sa'yo and then of course after some years may makuha ka na pension from your job. And also the working culture and flexibility. I like how I am more free on how to handle my time. Hindi ako time constricted. And as a researcher sa PNRI, hindi kami, yes, time constraint. Basically, we're more on output oriented. So kami magde-decide kung paano namin tatapusin yung tasks namin as long as we meet our outputs. So yun yung nagustuhan ko. And then we can take leaves anytime that we want. We didn't question us kung bakit kayo mag-leave, etc., etc. And yun yung pinaka, I guess, na nagustuhan ko. Kaya rin ako tumagal ng 10 years sa PNRI. So, but there are also advantages for working in a private sector. And I guess Ma'am Jenny will tell you later, but I've heard that they have much higher pay and then faster promotion. Kasi sa government, you have to wait for someone and to die or to retire, okay, before you get promoted. Unless bihirang-bihira na mag-open ng bagong position. So, you have to wait. Kaya tingnan nyo, 10 years na ako then still I'm Science Research Specialist 1. But it's okay kasi I love my job. Parang that time, hindi ko talaga tinitignan ko ano yung position ko. Parang as long as na-enjoy ko yung trabaho ko. And yun yung importante sa akin at that time. And so, it takes balance. So, if job security is important for you, then maybe you're thinking, okay, baka try ako mag-apply sa government. But if you wanted higher pay or faster promotion, then maybe you can try finding a job sa public sector. And here I am in my first and current job. So currently, I'm a research chemist at the Philippine Nuclear Research Institute. So hindi ko alam kung familiar kayo sa PNRI, but our mandate is to undertake research and development activities in the peaceful uses of nuclear energy, to institute regulations on the said uses, and carry out the enforcement of the said regulations to protect the health and safety of the radiation workers and the general public. I think when you hear the word nuclear energy, iniisip nyo lang na for power generation siya, like Bataan Nuclear Power Plant. But what most people doesn't know is that it has lots of different applications. So at PNRI, we have we have research division, we have services division, we have regulatory functions as well, and we have other services. So basically, itong mga divisions na nakikita nyo, lahat to nangailangan ng chemist. So I was first detailed at the chemistry research section, and then I went to agriculture research section. And currently, nasa applied physics research section ako, and I'm working with some physicists back sa lab namin. And we also have services division, nuclear analytical techniques, nuclear reactors, operations section, radiation protection, irradiation services. So lahat din to nangailangan ng chemist. And regulatory functions, we also have chemists there. So parang sana maisipan nyo rin mag-apply sa PNRI kasi maganda yung experience and marami kayong pwedeng gawin and ang daming application ng chemistry na pwede nyong pasukan. So yung work ko doon, ay involve ako sa mga projects related sa radiation processing ng mga materials, development ng materials for agriculture, industry, and environmental applications. So we use gamma or electron beam sa PNRI because we have that facility to modify the materials or synthesize new materials. So basically, what we're doing is we're preparing more on material science kami. And then we're preparing materials gamit yung radiation. And then we are working on different applications ng mga material na yun. So I have several research involvements in PNRI. So my first work or my first project at that time is the kappa carrageenan as plant growth promoter. So we work on radiation-induced polymer degradation of the kappa carrageenan. So basically, what we do is that using gamma radiation, we can cut off the molecular weight of polymer, and then we can make a small molecular weight for polymer. So basically, this one, under study pa rin siya kung paano yung interaction niya sa plants. But what we were hypothesizing back then was that small molecules can enter better in plants, and so that's why meron siyang plant growth promoting effect. So I think this work was in collaboration also with Phil Rice and Department of Agriculture. And then I've also worked on radiation-induced polymer grafting. So I think for 3 years, I've worked on this project. So what other applications of radiation is that, or what radiation can do is that you have a polymer material. Basically, what you can do is to induce the radical formation on the surface, and then you can use that radical to interact with another molecule. And then when you have two molecules grafted together, two different molecules or two different polymers grafted together, then you have a functionalized polymer. And then after that, we functionalized it with ligand, and then we used it as adsorbent for metals. And what's good with radiation is that there are no toxic chemicals necessary for the synthesis. And so that's what yun yung lagi namin pinopromote na sobrang green yung synthesis namin. And also you can produce nanoparticle using gamma radiation. So this was my research topic during nung college master's ko. So we prepared a palladium nanoparticle using gamma without any reducing agents, without any chemical additives, just water and then the palladium precursor. And then we use it as a catalyst for conversion of nitrophenol. So at PNRI, we do internships. Matanggap kami ng mga interns and thesis advisorships. We have trainings na nuclear related. We can do tests and analysis free of charge. If you need some instruments na kailangan nyo sa thesis nyo, you can contact PNRI and you can do your test for free. We also accommodate research collaboration. So if you have any ideas na if you're interested working on radiation, then or nuclear or radiation chemistry, then you can contact PNRI for that. And then we also have irradiation services. So basically what PNRI gave me is career growth, flexibility, training opportunities. Imagine I can travel and then I'm being sent abroad for trainings, and those are for free. Aside from learning, nakakapag-travel din ako. Also mentorship, and I found many good friends and colleagues, and I'm surrounded, I guess at PNRI, I'm surrounded by people who really motivated me to become a better chemist. And I think it's important that you're being surrounded, as a woman, you are being surrounded by people who empowers you, who believes in you, and who thinks na kaya mo naman pala gawin yung mga bagay na tingin mo hindi mo kayang gawin. And because I've worked in PNRI and I've worked with so many smart mentors there, I was encouraged to do my master's kasi parang na-realize ko at that time na kulang pa pala yung knowledge na nakuha ko nung BS degree. Parang sabi ko, ang dami ko pa palang hindi alam. And I was really inspired. Instead of being intimidated by their katalinuhan nila, parang encourage ako, parang na-inspire ako na mag-take din ng graduate studies. Kasi sabi ko, gusto ko silang sabayan. Sabi ko that time, actually sinabi ko talaga sa mentor ko specifically na uunahan ko siya. And then tumawa lang siya sa akin, sabi niya, nauna lang ako sa'yo ng konti. And hindi niya ako pinagtawanan, but then yung response niya ay mas na-encourage pa ako. And so I took my graduate studies sa Lasal. I was supervised by Dr. Jordan Madrid from PNRI. He works on these topics. And I was supervised by Dr. Drexel Camacho also, who works on organometallic polymers and catalysis. So these two of them are my supervisors. And then one person that impacted me so much during nung master's ko ay si Dr. Peñalosa. He's also from CLSC before. But Dr. Peñalosa was super nice. Parang naniwala talaga siya na kaya ko mag-PhD, and siya yung nag-push sa akin. And then he's part of my committee back then. Parang sabi niya sa akin na I parang meant to be ka na mag-PhD, and so naniwala ako sa kanya, and then alam ko na kaya ko din kasi ang daming taong nag-push sa akin at the time. So he works on these topics, self-assembled systems, structural characterizations. So if ever any of you wanted to work with them, you are free to contact them. Also, we at PNRI, we always accommodate students. And then if you wanted to do some tests sa Lasal or with Dr. Peñalosa, then just contact them. Don't be shy. And yung pagiging assertive ba tawag doon, but yun ay parang mag-open ng opportunities para sa inyo. And then after I take my PhD currently ngayon sa Université Saclay. So it is a research university in the southwest of Paris. So nasa Institut de Chimique Physique ako. So Institute of Physical Chemistry, and I work on these projects. So basically right now, also back in PNRI, I'm working on catalysis as well, but here tinuloy ko yung catalysis, but this time it's photocatalytic hydrogen peroxide generation from water using polymer materials. And then these polymer materials were also synthesized by gamma radiation. I'm also working on in situ utilization of that hydrogen peroxide for water treatment. And then I'm working also on water splitting and water oxidation. And yes, I'm supervised by these awesome mentors for a level of who works for me. So I guess doing a PhD in France or abroad in general gave me a lot of benefits kasi parang doing a PhD abroad expanded my world. Parang naging aware ako sa ibang culture, hindi lang sa Filipino culture, but doing this PhD also broadened my connections. Parang sabi ko meron palang life outside Philippines or meron palang life then outside lab. So sobrang naging helpful siya sa personality development ko din. And also, kaya rin ako nag-PhD kasi gusto ko pang mag-improve sa research na ginagawa ko. So, this give me research competency, independence also. Kasi sa PhD, na-expect na independent ka. And also, doing this PhD because it's a 3-year journey and it's very exhausting. I tell you, it's exhausting. Every day you have to work, but it helps me develop my patience and resilience and many more. But super enjoyable siya. And I recommend everyone na kung gusto nyo din na mag-PhD, I would say go for it. And if you're thinking of applying to graduate programs, we have a current call from PhilFriends. So actually, PhilFriends DOST is my funding scholarship. Right now, they have ongoing applications for master's and PhD. So basically, you can do your master's in France, wherever in France. Just find the university kung saan mo gusto. And then, yeah, send an application and then ask PhilFriends to fund you. Also, we have Erasmus Mundus Joint Master Program. This is also a scholarship. And I have met several Filipino students from Ateneo de Manila and UP Diliman are who got accepted dito sa program nito. Ang dami, every year may na-accept sa kanila. And I'm hoping na meron din sa atin from CLSU na mag-join sa program na to and ma-accept as master students sa Europe or in France. And also we have the Fulbright program if you wanted to do your master's in or PhD in US. And share ko lang na ito yung mga Filipino students dito sa Paris. And ang dami rin namin dito. Most of them are PhilFriends scholars. And also, huwag kayo matakot na mag-masters or PhD abroad kasi for sure, meron kayo makikitang Filipino and hindi kayo mag-iisa. You will never be alone and there will always be Filipino everywhere. So, ito yung mga gatherings namin na ang saya. So, ayan. Sana kayo din makonsider nyo na mag-graduate program. And yeah, this is my personal journey to applying for PhD. So I have some tips for you. If you wanted to do PhD, then I guess maganda na meron kang passion for research kasi it's a long journey and pag hindi mo mahal yung ginagawa mo, may tendency na ma-lost ka and ma-stress ka lang. So you must really wanted to do research for that. And also identify your topic, your main field. It's important na pagpapasok ka sa PhD mo, medyo set ka kung ano talaga yung gusto mong gawin kasi nakaka-lost kung susunod ka lang sa gusto ng iba and kung hindi mo alam yung gusto mong gawin. Also, what I did that time was I find the supervisor first. First, I know what the topic I wanted and then I find a supervisor who can supervise me. Yung pagpili ko ng supervisor is based dun kung ano yung ginawa ko na research na masters ako. So there's one professor from Paris Saclay na nag-work din siya sa field na katulad ko and so I message her na parang nagtitake ba siya ng PhD student. So luckily interested siya sa akin. So ayun. And then second, do your research. When you apply, do your research sa lab and then sa professor na pupuntahan nyo kasi doing studies abroad is not easy. Maraming culture shock, hindi siya magiging madali. So, importante na mag-research ka doon sa lab mo kasi kung stress ka na nga doon sa bagong environment, how much more kung doon pa sa workplace mo, diba? So, you have to research and then ako at that time nag-email talaga ako ng mga current students at dun sa lab na yun and then I asked them ano ba yung status, ano ba yung working culture doon. And yes, next, research the laboratory na pwede mong applyan, introduce yourself, send a letter, search for funding, prepare, and then you enjoy. And then the question is, do you want to go to grad school or not? Or do you want to go straight sa master's after graduation? Or gusto mo nang mag-work first and then maybe after some time, tsaka mo consider mag-master's? So in my case, nag-work muna ako and then nag-master's ako. And I guess it was okay. Parang best decision siya para sa akin na thankful din ako na hindi ako nag-grad school kaagad kasi at least nakagain ako ng experience na nagagamit ko ngayon sa PhD. And graduate studies actually can open doors to a lot of exciting opportunities. In order for you to know if you will go to grad school or not is first you have to decide what is your goal. And then gusto mo bang magturo or hindi? gusto mo ba mag-industry or gusto mo mag-government? Yung job mo ba ay nire-require na mag-graduate degree ka or not? Or are you passionate about research? So these are the questions that you have to ask yourself before going to grad school, because graduate studies requires a leap of faith, and it's fun, but kailangan mo na maging matatag din. So, ayun, ito lang yung mga tips ko. And yeah, share ko lang din na ito yung mga current and future trends in chemistry. So, kung meron man sa inyo na magti-thesis and naisip nyo, ano bang thesis yung gagawin ko? Right now, being in this field, masabi ko na ito yung mga in demand ngayon. Green chemistry, green synthesis. Everybody is working on renewable energy and materials, lalo dito sa Europe. Halos lahat ng universities, they are really pushing for renewable energy and sustainability. Nanotechnology for sure. Pharmaceuticals, artificial intelligence, lalo na. Halos lahat ngayon parang naghahanap na meron kang skills for coding, for programming. So if may time kayo, sana mag-learn din kayo ng ganong skills. Ako hindi right now, but sana nung college ako or nung medyo maaga-aga, nag-learn din ako ng mga ganong skills. So data science and electrochemistry. Sobrang in demand na meron kang skills for electrochemistry. So other chemist jobs, science communication, this is really important. Art conservation, chemist is also working on restoration of historical materials. Patent law and intellectual property. I have friends who works on patent law, on patent office. Chemical informatics and entrepreneurship. And final tips. So being a researcher is a very fulfilling job. I would say it's exhausting kasi you have to constantly think and you have to always look for what is the novelty in everything, kung paano ka makatulong sa society. It is exhausting mentally, but it's very fulfilling. And being a researcher give me lots of travel opportunities and professional growth, and also hindi stagnant yung learning ko kasi parang I always searching what's new, and hindi repetitive yung trabaho ko. So every 2 years or 3 years nagbabago yung project and iba na naman yung mga ideas na meron ka. And lastly, for those of you who wanted to pursue research like me, and these are my tips for you. I suggest that surround yourself with people who will encourage and motivate you. It's important na meron kang support group around you. And actually, ito yung malaking impact sa akin that time kasi swerte ako kasi napunta ako sa ganun job, and sobrang in-encourage talaga nila ako to really further my career. And please know that if you fail or get rejected, it's okay. And who doesn't, right? So it's okay. If mag-fail man kayo, that's okay. Kasi I also failed when I was in college. And I wasn't the best student, but I persevered. I'm very, very, very persistent. I don't know kung matanong nyo kala Sir Joel or sa mga professors, but yes. And pursue a career that makes you happy. It's important because you will be doing this for a very long time. And then if you're not happy with what you're doing, then ayun, kailangan mo siguro mag-isip-isip. But yeah, I suggest that we pursue everything that makes us happy. Then be persistent, and there is life outside the lab. Minsan kasi it's easy na maisip mo na, oh, busy ako, ang dami kong exams, ang dami kong analysis, ang dami kong lab experiments. But I just want you to know that there is life outside the lab, and it's really important. It's important to go out. It's important to walk, to run, whatever. But sana hindi tayo ma-caught up sa busyness nung schedule natin and sa mga difficulties nung course natin. So, and finally explore the world kasi sobrang fun siya. And with that, I just want to say thank you, and follow PNRI on Facebook at the OST Philippine Nuclear Research Institute, and let's stay connected. You can send me email if you have questions, and this is my LinkedIn account. So let's connect on LinkedIn. Thank you. Bilis kaya tayo magsalita.
Ayan, thank you very much po, Ma'am Lopez, for that wonderful talk. ang personal favorite ko po sa part po ng talk niyo po ay yung nagbigay po kayo ng assurance that there is a lot of opportunities for us chemists in the world. And ang personal favorite ko po ay yung last po na sinabi niyo po na there is life outside the lab. Explore
yes.
the world. So, ayun po, thank you very much po ulit, Ma'am Lopez, for that wonderful talk. So, for all of our participants, may we request to please send your favorite emoji para malaman po namin if you're still with us.
Ayan, partner, mukhang andito pa naman sila. Kasama pa natin sila. And syempre, napakahusay naman talaga ng ating first speaker. Personally po, many of my questions about how it is like beyond college was answered. Also, there are few informations po about PNRI that I haven't known before. So, sana meron ganun din yung mga participants natin. And sana ay magamit natin tong mga information na to sa ating mga desisyon patungkol sa ating mga careers. Pero, if you still have doubts and questions, don't worry kasi nandito si Ma'am para sa inyo.
Yes, ask me questions.
That's right, partner. Kaya naman, let's proceed to our question and answer portion. The floor is now open for any questions and clarifications about the discussion of Ma'am Lopez. You can type in your questions in the chat box below and we will read them for you. If ever naman po na nahihiya po kayo, you may send it directly to me or kay partner. Ayan po, ma'am. There is this first question po. Babasahin ko po siya. Could you compare the education and work environment in the Philippines to France? If you think France is generally better than the Philippines, are there any occasion when you'd like to work there after finishing your studies or any suggestion if otherwise?
Okay. Hindi mo maiwasan yung comparison kasi ibang perspective pag nandito ka. So, in terms of working culture, I would say, surprisingly, mas relaxed dito sa France compared sa Pilipinas. French culture is more on parang kailangan nila na i-take care or they have to take care of their mental health, and so they always have to take vacations. And so that was the case for me. Parang I didn't have to really beg for vacations because ibinibigay siya sa akin ng supervisor ko kasi yun din yung pinapaniwalaan nila na kailangan kasi parang if you're relaxed, parang kung na-enjoy mo yung meron kang vacation, parang mas magiging productive ka sa work mo. In terms of master's studies, I would say na maganda yung master's program natin sa Philippines, at least sa DLSU. Thankful ako na nag-master's ako sa DLSU kasi doon na-practice yung independence ko. Yung master's program dito sa France ay more on class-based. Ang sa DLSU, more on practical. So, kung magpi-PhD ka, parang mas edge or mas advantage na meron kang mga practical experiences. Actually, I feel na yung degree program natin sa Pilipinas, yung BS Chemistry natin ay sobrang solid. And makaka-compete ka talaga sa mga students dito sa abroad. So, you don't need to worry about that. And then, in general, I like better the working culture here, I would say. Kasi, hindi toxic. And then, ang dami mong opportunities for collaborations. And marami kang pwedeng gamitin ng instruments. And widely available lahat ng kung gusto mo ng characterizations na gusto mo. Imagine if I wanted to do transmission electron microscopy, I have to really search sa Philippines kung saan meron. And if I wanted to do X-ray spectroscopy, wala sa Pilipinas. And then dito widely available yung mga ganong instruments. So, in terms of kung paano ka magna-navigate sa lab experiments mo, it's much easier here. And also purchasing. Yun yung pinakamalaking difference. Purchasing of chemicals in the Philippines ay napakatagal. While purchasing here it would take you just 2 days para i-request mo today, nandiyan na sa'yo after 1 week or sometimes 3 days. So yun. If I'm thinking of staying here for work, I'm not sure yet. I don't know, because I'm a scholar right now. So I don't want to give but yes, if I'm given a chance to stay and work here, I would. There's always way to give back to Philippines, I would say. We can also collaborate with Filipino researchers. I don't know, but my opinion.
Thank you so much po, ma'am, for that answer. So, here's another question po. So, nag-direct message anonymously. Good day po. I am interested in doing research po after graduation, especially in the field of nuclear chemistry. What skills would you recommend that will be of great help for me to enhance early on?
I would say, kasi when I came to PNRI, I basically learned everything sa PNRI. But the basic skills as a chemist, dapat meron ka basic knowledge, reactions, how to calculate for concentrations, how to prepare solutions correctly, how to basically working in the lab properly. So I guess nung time ko, yun lang yung ina-expect sa akin na skills. And I guess yun lang din naman talaga for fresh graduate chemist. So dapat lang alam mo ginagawa mo. And maganda rin kung may idea ka for how to do UVB spectroscopy. Alam mo yung mga basic na techniques na meron tayo sa PNRI. Doing HPLC is also advantage for you. Any spectroscopy techniques will be an advantage. And don't worry kasi lahat yung natutunan natin sa course. And I would say na solid din talaga yung BS Chemistry program ng CLSU. And lahat makakover niya. And if nag-worry ka kung makapasok ka ba, for sure makapasok ka with your current skill set na meron tayo na magiging natin sa CLSU. And sana lang, parang natutunan din natin na mag-electrochemistry. Kasi sobrang advantage yan. Kung marunong tayo mag-electrochemistry, ka ganun. Yun. But I would say basic skills and basic knowledge, basic concepts of chemistry should suffice.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much po. And here's another question po, anonymously sent din po. So, as a researcher in the field of nuclear chemistry, what advancement or breakthrough do you anticipate that significantly impacts the future?
Sa nuclear chemistry, I would say maybe yung mga industrial commercialization ng mga materials na prepared by radiation. We're doing it now actually. So at PNRI, we already commercialized the one that I showed you before, the kappa-carrageenan. So that one was already a commercialized product and it was being distributed throughout the region sa Philippines. And I would say maybe hopefully in the next few years, people will be more aware on how radiation can help us, how radiation can help chemists, and how radiation can help the environment or the health sector. So yun, I hope we have more irradiation facilities sa Pilipinas para mag-cater yung needs ng buong region kasi usually some of the samples from other regions ay binibigay pa sa amin kasi kami lang yung merong irradiation facility. And so hopefully in the next few years mas kilala na ang nuclear radiation for these applications. And that's what we're really pushing. And we're really talking to stakeholders, to other private companies na we have attractive solutions for their problems. And actually, they are really responsive. And yun, hopefully, in 10 years, hindi nakatakutan yung radiation.
Ma'am, thank you so much po. And ayun po, thank you so much po for giving us a different perspective po on radiation. So, Ate Lena, partner, meron po bang mga questions na sinend sa inyo?
Wait lang, partner. Parang meron atang humahabol na isa pang question. Pero, wait lang daw po. So, habang hinihintay po natin ang last question for today's, for Ma'am Lopez, ay tatanungin muna kita, partner. Partner, ano bang pinaka-paboritong part mo ng talk ni Ma'am Lopez?
Talaga, ang dami kasing practical application na pwede mong i-apply kapag pupunta ka na sa real world, ganun. Kasi actually ako, since first one ako sa family namin na magte-take ng chemistry, wala akong mga ka-close na nag-take na dati ng chemistry. So, I really have no idea kung ano yung naghihintay sa akin sa labas ng CLSU after kong makakapagtapos ng bachelor's degree. So, I'm really happy na merong mga binigay si ma'am na insights, pati yung dun sa part na about kung magpa-public or private sector ka, super nakatulong yun. And I'm super excited to apply it na kapag nakapagtapos ako. How about you, partner?
Partner, same tayo. Kasi kasi parang sa industry, ang dami kong mga tanong as ay someone na graduate hopefully this year. Kaya yung mga discussion ni ma'am ay very enlightening in my part, and alam ko na yung ilo-look forward ko once na pumasok ako sa world of work. So, for the last question po, Ma'am Lopez, here is the question po. Hello po, ma'am. I would like to ask lang po if the job here in the Philippines or in the France po are well compensated. Thank you po.
Okay. As a researcher, in general, researchers are not well compensated. This is what I would say. Even in France, people or students, everyone is complaining. People in academia are complaining that they are not well compensated for the type of job that they were doing. Mukhang malaki. If nag-work ka dito, mukhang malaki kasi of course the exchange rate. Pag nandito ka, enough lang din yung salary mo as professor or as a researcher. So this is what's actually saddening about research, because with the kind of job that we were doing, I would say na parang it can be better. It can be better in terms of compensation. But then again, those people na nag-stay sa work na to, I guess they really love their job. That's why they're doing it. And they basically, I guess some of the people I don't know, parang they were doing it just because they are enjoying doing it and not because of money. Kasi kung money talaga yung concern mo, if salary, I don't think research would make you rich. Kung mag-research ka, hindi ka makapagpatayo ng mansion, especially sa Pilipinas. Unless dalawa kayo or may partner ka nag-research din. Okay. But yeah, if nandito ka nag-work sa abroad and then mag-earn ka ng money and then papatayo ka sa Pilipinas kung ano naman gusto mong goal, then kaya. Pero in general, the standard is ganun lang, average lang. Pero masaya. Very fulfilling. Nandito ka
Thank you so much, ma'am, for that.
Welcome.
Thank you po. Again, ma'am, thank you so much for attending to the concerns of our participants. Thank you rin po sa lahat ng mga nag-participate sa ating Q&A. Now, let's proceed to the awarding of certificates. This certificate of appreciation is awarded to Ma'am Girlie Eunice P. Lopez for imparting her knowledge and valuable experiences during the MeCHEMism, the Chemist pathway, featuring the Women of Science, held on the 16th day of March 2024 at Central Luzon State University. Signed, Robert Cyril Anguluan, President of the CLSU Chemical Society, Ms. Rosel Nunez, President of the CLSU BS Chemistry Student Council, and Mr. Gil Felicissimo Cabrera, Advisor of the CLSU Chemical Society and CLSU BS Chemistry Student Council. So, now po ma'am, you will be taking a photo opportunity. One, two, three. Ito ba po? 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Again, thank you so much po, ma'am. Ayan, partner, before we proceed to our next speaker, bakit hindi muna tayo mag-icebreaker, partner? Para naman makita natin if andito pa ang ating mga participants. So, everyone is encouraged to join. Pasend na lang po ulit ng inyong favorite emoji kung ready na kayo. Ayan, partner. So, ang dami nang nagsisend ng kanilang favorite emoji.
So mukhang ready na sila. Balita ko, partner, lahat daw ng mga sasali dito ngayon papasa this STEM.
Tama, partner. Kaya naman, let's start. So, ang icebreaker natin for today's event ay pinamagatang Guess the Scientist, Women of Science Edition. Ay nako, partner, kung hindi ako host for today's event, unang-una akong sasagot dito. So, paano nga ba lalaruin ang Guess the Scientist? So, ito ang ating mechanics. And number 1 is unscramble the images to reveal the scientist. And number 2, viewers have a limited time of 10 seconds to solve the puzzle. Ay, 10 seconds, mahaba na to, partner. 5 seconds pa lang, kayang-kaya na itong sagutin ng ating mga Zoom participants.
Kayang-kaya, partner. Pero for now, magbibigay muna tayo ng practice round or trial round para ma-practice muna nila, para ma-exercise muna yung mga daliri nila sa pagta-type.
Tama, partner. So, let's start na natin ang trial round. Ay, partner, 2 seconds pa lang. Alam ko na. Marie Adobo. Grabe, partner.
Oh, partner.
Feeling ko tama
Pakagaling.
ako. Ayan, mukhang meron.
Partner,
Mukhang meron ng sumagot agad sa ating trial round. So, the correct answer is Marie Curie. So, partner, merong kamag-anak po ba siya ni Stephen? So, feeling ko po pwede. So, partner, sino nga ba ang ating woman of science?
So she is well known in the field of radioactivity. So she's known for discovering radioactivity and inventing mobile X-ray, a unit that was employed in World War I. So after that, she became the first woman to ever win a Nobel Prize. And meron hindi lang isa, nagkaroon pa ng pangalawa after she won an award again in chemistry. And because of that, she is the most regarded woman in science.
Grabe ang ating mga women of science. Truly inspiring talaga sila. Ayan, so let's move on to the real icebreaker. So for our Zoom participants, here is the first question for the Guess the Scientist. Hala, partner, bakit kanina dalawa lang? Biglang naging 5 na yung photo. Ano
Mukhang competitive partner yung mga gumawa ng question.
Kaya nga, pero alam ko, partner, masasagot to ng ating mga Zoom participants. So, Hala, partner, tingnan mo partner, wala pang 10 seconds, pero meron nang nakakuha ng correct answer. So, the correct answer is Rosalind Franklin. So, partner, sino ba si Rosalind Franklin?
So, she is a champion in the field of genetic information for her discovery of the molecular structure of DNA. And of course, she also gave insights on the structure of viruses.
Ayan, partner. Ikaw ba, partner, ba't mo rin bang pumunta sa world of DNA? Interested ka ba?
Partner! Hopefully!
So, for our next question, hala, ang hirap naman na to, partner. Pero alam ko, kayang-kaya to ng ating mga Zoom participants. Ikaw ba, partner, may idea ka ba?
Alam ko lang parang add yung unang, yung unang symbol add.
Siguro yung last time.
Ang gagaling talaga,
Ay,
partner,
hala.
ng mga kasama natin sa Zoom.
Kaya nga wala pang 10 seconds, partner, pero meron nang nakakuha ng right answer. So, the correct answer is Ada Lovelace. So, partner, pakilala mo naman sa amin kung sino si Ada Lovelace.
So, she had a huge contribution in the field of computer programming. Siya lang naman yung itinuturing na kauna-unahang computer programmer when she wrote a proposal for an analytical engine before modern computer were even made.
Grabe, partner. So, moving on to the next question. Hala, ang hirap naman nito, partner. Yung pangalawang photo lang alam ko. Siguro C. So, Zoom participants, you have 10 seconds to answer this question.
Ako, partner, buti na lang host ako kasi follow agad ako dito. Hindi ko talaga alam.
Nung una, partner, sa trial round, very pa ako na, pag ako
Easy.
participants, kaya ko to. Pero nung nasa icebreaker na partner, parang napapakamot na lang ako ng ulo. Ang hirap pala, partner.
Nakuhaan na lang natin to.
So, ayan. Kayang-kaya to ng ating mga Zoom participants. So, parang may nakakuha na ng correct answer. So, the correct answer is, ayan, siya si Liz Meitner. So, partner, sino ba si Meitner?
So, as a trivia, the 107th element in the periodic table was actually named after her. Well, it made sense since she was a prominent figure for discovering the element protactinium and nuclear fission. She is indeed a physicist who never lost her humanity.
Yes, naman, partner. So, a physicist who never lost her humanity. So, for our next question, hala, partner, bakit doon sa unang photo minus M? May M ba sa hand?
Han,
Siguro hand.
galing natin, partner.
Hala, partner, meron nang nakakuha ng correct answer. So, the correct answer is Gertrude Alayon. So, mali pala ako, partner. Hindi pala yun hand. Germs pala siya. Minus M. Ger. So, ayun. So, partner, pakilala mo naman sa akin and sa ating mga participants kung sino ba si Gertrude Alayon.
So, her brilliance in the field of medicine led her to develop drugs for diseases including leukemia, malaria, and even AIDS, which in 1988 made her win the Nobel Prize for Medicine. Tunay na napakahusay.
Tama ka dyan, partner. So, let's move on to the next question. So, ang alam ko last na ito for our Zoom participants. So, if Zoom participant ako, talaga magiging competitive na ako because I want to win. So, Ayorn del Mundo?
Mukhang may sponsor tayo.
So, hello po. Grabe, partner. Magsha-shoutout pa lang tayo ng
Napakagaling.
possible sponsor, pero meron na atang nakakuha ng right answer. So, the right answer is Fed del Mundo. So, partner, sino nga ba si Fed del Mundo?
So, first of all, she is a Filipina. She is a Filipina with intelligence that allowed her to become a great pediatrician, and a Filipina with a heart for children, which led her founding major children hospitals in the country and her creation of the Bamboo Incubator.
Wow, nakaka-proud partner kasi kapwa natin Filipina. So, moving on to our icebreaker.
This time for the YouTube participants. So, partner, pakibantayan yung mga participant natin sa Zoom, baka lumipat.
Kaya nga, partner, baka mamaya biglang lumipat sila ng Zoom to participate in our icebreaker.
Okay, so mukhang ready na ang ating mga YouTube participants. So, here is the first question. May minus na naman, partner.
So, hindi na ako mag-overthink. So,
Huwag mag-overthink.
Sally? Sally
Bye.
kaya ang first word? Ano yung last?
Bye.
Ayun, partner, baka pala nagbibigay na tayo ng clue sa ating mga YouTube participants.
Oo nga. Pinamimigay na ata natin yung sagot. Dapat tayo na lang yung sumali.
Tama, partner. So, natin. Ayan, so, meron na atang nakakuha ng correct answers sa ating YouTube participants. So,
So, should we reveal the answer now?
i-reveal na natin, partner.
So, the right answer is Sally Ride. So, partner, pwede bang paki-introduce naman kami sa ating Women of Science na ito?
Sally Ride is a champion for science education and a role model for generations. Siya lang naman ang first American woman to go into space when she flew on the Space Shuttle Challenger on June 18, 1983. So, partner, first American woman to go into space.
Oo naman. Partner, mukhang ganito yung mga ina-aspire mong maging, no?
Oo, partner, pero hopefully.
Okay, so let's now move on to the next question. Again, for our YouTube listeners.
Ay, partner, siguro ang first word, palette? Pero bakit gray?
Kasi grasshopper yung dulo?
Or baka naman Tagalog, baka salaguba? Ay, salaguba. So, pero actually, partner, personally, hindi ko alam tong two pictures na to. So, pero alam ko for sure na alam to ng ating mga YouTube participants.
Siyempre, makukuha to ng ating mga YouTube participants.
Yes naman.
Pero mukhang pinag-iisipan pa muna nila ng mabuti, no?
Yes, partner. So, ikaw ba, partner, meron ka bang wild guess? Kung sino ang ating woman of science na tinutukoy sa photos?
Hanggang grasshopper lang po talaga kaya ko. Pero, meron nang nakasagot sa ating mga YouTube watchers. So,
Grabe, ang
the
galing
right
naman.
answer is...
Ah!
So, the right answer is Grace Hopper. So, Partner, ano naman po yung mga contribution ni Grace Hopper sa field of science?
So Grace Hopper helped in producing the Mark I, an early prototype of the electric computer. So nagsulat siya ng 500-page ng manual of operation for the automatic sequence-controlled calculator. So, calculator, ito yung ginagamit natin ngayong college na tayo. So, ayun. She was also involved in the creation of UNIVAC, the first ever all-electronic digital computer. So, yung work na ito ang nag-led her to co-develop the COBOL, which is one of the earliest standardized computer language.
Napakahusay naman talaga, partner. So, and yun din, napakahusay din ng ating mga participants dahil tumataas na yung hirap ng mga tanong natin pero nasasagot pa rin nila. And so, we will now be continuing to the next question.
Partner, may minus na naman. Hindi na ako mag-overthink. Yung dulo na yun.
Ri.
Cory?
Pinamimigay mo na naman yung sagot, partner.
Per partner, baka nililito ko lang ang ating mga YouTube participants para
Hindi nila alam.
para mag-isip-isip if tama ba yung sinasabi nating mga clues. So, ano kaya yung pangalawang photo? Tea kaya yun or coffee?
Coffee.
Or mainit na tubig?
Coffee ako. Team coffee.
Team coffee din ako pero with yellow. Ayan. So, mukhang nahihirapan ng ating mga YouTube participants.
Nag-iisipan talaga nila mabuti kasi tumataas na talaga yung difficulty, partner
True ka dyan, partner. Siguro kung participant ako, mahihirapan din ako to answer this question.
Siyempre, partner, nakasalalay dito yung prize na balita ko limpak-limpak na prayers daw yung prize neto
Ano ba yun?
So, na-inspire ata sila sa limpak-limpak na prayers. Ayun, meron na daw nakasagot sa ating mga YouTube watchers. So now we will be revealing the answer. Ayun, so ang answer is Ate, so pwede niyo po bang ipakilala sa amin ang ating Women of Science na ito?
So, Cory was an Australian-American biochemist who in 1947 was the third woman to win a Nobel Prize in Science. So, third woman siya to win a Nobel Prize in Science, but the first woman to be awarded the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine for her role in discovery of the cause of the catalytic conversion of glycogen.
Napakahusay naman talaga. And ngayon, para sa ating mga YouTube watchers, so malapit nang matapos ang ating icebreaker, galaw-galaw. So, we will now be moving on to the next question.
Partner, alam ko yung
Partner.
unang word. Ibibigay ko ba sa ating mga YouTube participants or...
Wag, partner, pag-isipin mo sila.
Siguro yung huli, baby na? Kasi may hawak na baby. Tas na. Baby na?
Na.
Or na ba talaga yung last word?
Sodium ng dulo.
Pero yung first, kilala ko siya.
Ano bang hindi nakakilala sa kanya?
So, mukhang nag-iisip ang ating mga YouTube participants.
Talagang pinahirapan na kasi ito na pala yung last question ata natin for this icebreaker.
Yes. So,
Ano yung pangalawa?
Orange.
Ayun, so meron na nakasagot. Napakahusay naman talaga. So we will now be revealing the answer.
Jennifer.
So, Jennifer Donna. So, Partner, pwede mo ba ipakilala sa ating participants kung sino si Jennifer Dodna?
Bali, si Jennifer Doudna is best known for her discovery with French microbiologist Emmanuel Charpentier of a molecular tool known as clustered regulatory interspaced short palindromic repeats or CRISPR-Cas9. So, yung discovery ng CRISPR-Cas9 made in 2012 provided the foundation for gene editing, enabling the researchers to make specific changes to DNA sequence in a more efficient and technically simpler way than as compared to the earlier methods. Grabe partner, gene editing ng usapan natin dito.
Yeah, ibang-iba na talaga. Nako. Diyan na po, nagtatapos ang ating icebreaker. So, we hope everyone enjoyed and are now... Oh, meron pa ba yung isang pahabol, partner? So, para sa ating mga YouTube watchers, so bibigyan pa namin kayo ng one last chance para makuha ang ating limpak-limpak na prayer na prize. Okay, so feel free to send your answers na ngayon sa ating YouTube link.
So partner, since last question ito, kaya siguro hard mode na siya.
Nakalagay na nga partner talagang hard mode oh.
Pero parang alam ko yung pangalawa. Baka Bell yun.
Bell. Para sa iniisip partner. Ang galing talaga natin.
Hoy, kung participants tayo dito, panigurado makukuha natin to.
Sayang hindi tayo participant partner.
Yung last siguro O.
Oh.
Kasi parang hirap ng first photo. Sina-check niya siguro if may pamasahe pa siya.
Relate ako doon partner. Wait lang.
Ayan partner, parang may nakakuha na ata ng correct answer.
And so we will now be revealing the answer to the last question in our icebreaker. So, the right answer is Luz Belardo. So, partner, pwede mo ba ipakilala sa ating participants kung sino si Luz Belardo?
So, she was honored with the National Scientist of the Philippines Award by the Philippine government in 1987. So, nag-spend siya ng 5 decades of her life studying the chemistry of natural products and essential oil from the Philippine plants. So, nag-extract siya ng 33 new Philippine essential oils and studied their chemical and physical properties. Grabe partner, natural products ito.
Partner, mukhang alam ko dito ka daw magaling eh. Natural products eh.
Naku partner, parang mali ata ang narinig mo.
Okay, so thank you so much sa lahat ng mga nag-participate at dyan na po nagtatapos. Totoo na this time. At dyan na nagtatapos ang ating icebreaker. We hope that everyone enjoyed and are now ready for our next session.
Now, let me introduce our next speaker. She is currently a senior regulatory affairs expert at the Diversity Philippines Incorporated. She is also a proud alumna of CLSU Department of Chemistry and CLSU Chemical Society. She graduated her Bachelor of Science in Chemistry here at CLSU and obtained her diploma in Industrial Engineering at University of the Philippines, Diliman. Aside from that, she has worked in different fields of chemistry, especially in the academe as a college instructor and in the industry and research as an associate laboratory analyst, bioanalytical associate and laboratory technician at United Laboratories Incorporated, and as associate project researcher at UL Philippines. She is also one of the board of trustees and a member of the Government and Industry Affairs Committee of the Chamber of Cosmetics Industry of the Philippines, or CCIP Incorporated, and a member of Responsible Care Council of the Samahan sa Pilipinas ng mga Industriyang Kimika Incorporated. Ladies and gentlemen, Ma'am Jenny Rose S. Nunez. Good afternoon po, ma'am.
Hello, good afternoon everyone. Ayan, parang kung kasama ako sa exam, bagsak ako. Alright. So, good afternoon everyone. Actually, andito ako pinapakinggan ko si Miss Girlie and parang sabi ko, parang gusto ko ulit mag-aral. Ang tanong ko kay Miss Girlie, may age limit ba 'yan para sa mga puwedeng mag-scholarship ulit? Alright. So, let me share my screen. Can we start now? Okay. Alright, so good afternoon everyone. So, kung si Miss Girlie nasa government sector siya, most likely ako yung representative ko. Ano ba talaga yung buhay when we go to the private sector? So again, I'm Jenny Nunez. I'm a registered chemist. And like what mentioned, graduate din ako ng BS Chemistry and an alumna of the CLSU Chemical Society. And I also uh, sabihin ko talaga na kino-confirm ko na masaya din na mayroon kang extracurricular activities while doing when you're having taking the course in BS Chemistry because like Miss Girlie, hindi ko rin siya choice. I'm intended to go to accountancy, then naging indecisive hanggang wala ng slot for the BS accountancy and the only slot na lang na meron first day of school is for the S2. S2 pa that time. For the CFY, the common first year um, na section is for the BS Chemistry. So instead na pagalitan ako ng tatay ko at hindi ako nakapag-start ng kolehiyo, sign up na sa BS Chemistry. And apparently, yung accident, na-enjoy mo rin pala. So it's like a serendipity na sa chemistry talaga ako pupunta. Because I remember nung nag-BS Chem ako at nakita ako ng teacher ko ng high school sa Science High, ang mata niya ay nanlalaki. Bakit daw ako nasa BS Chemistry? Because alam niya na struggling ako during high school. But when I realized, it's a matter of appreciation din pala pag nandun ka na. Okay? Then actually, I started working and pinagsabay ko siya sa industrial engineering. The reason for that is natuwa lang din ako na, okay, let's have a different course right now. Instead of going to the hardcore chemistry, I look to other learning opportunities. And good thing that time they are open to students from a different iba yung bachelor, then you will enter to the industrial engineering. So currently, hindi ko na tanggal yung pagkakaroon ng extracurricular activities. I am a full-time employee of the Diversey. So we are a chemical and cleaning chemical company and also engage in the water treatment. And at the same time, meron akong extracurricular activity where I'm also the Executive Vice President for External Affairs of the CCIP. Also the founder of Terra Laboratories OPC. What are my interests? So if you're really interested about these topics, I'm very much happy to connect with you if you need some some guidance or information about biotechnology, environmental science, and sustainable agriculture. Okay, so the Chemist Adventure. Sabi nga nila magkwento na lang daw ako tungkol sa buhay ko. But I will not start from my birth, but rather I will start after the graduation, after my graduating from university, and what is the life or the career that I went through in the private sector. Like Miss Girlie, I also I started as a instructor in CLSU as well. So after graduation, at least ang goal ko noon I have access to library. So imagine during my time hindi pa uso yung mga sa internet. So we are really dependent to the library so we can get materials for us to review para sa board. 'cause Chemist is a board, so we don't have money for a we don't have money for a, para mag-review center and sariling sikap. That's why I took the opportunity to teach while so I at least I have access to the library together with my other classmate that time preparing for the board. After after my contract, because this is just a contract, for 1 sem, ah, siyempre apply-apply ka na and contract na, eh. And I'm very determined because I took also my internship at Unilab. And nung natapos talaga yung internship ko dun, ay gusto ko yon. Because if pumunta ka sa Unilab, para siyang playground ng isang chemist. All of the toys that you want for the analysis, instrumentation, and everything is in Unilab. This is a pharmaceutical company. So after graduation, naka-lock na talaga yung ano ko, naka-lock na yung target ko, Unilab. So I applied to a lot of government and private sector. Pero kahit sino pa man nag-submit ng job offer nila, hinintay ko talaga si Unilab. Hinintay ko si Unilab and that's it. Medyo hindi ko tinignan yung sweldo and basta si Unilab, yun lang ang yung goal ko that time. And I really want to learn about the analytical instrument and especially in the pharmaceutical. So I started as a laboratory technician and that time, ano na, salang na kaagad sa instrumentation. So I'm an HPLC girl. So yun yung forte ko that time. Chromatography, instrumentation, UVVs, FTIR. Yun yung mga handle ko when I'm still a laboratory technician. And this entry, during that time, contractual to pinatos ko. Because I really want to, I really want to be exposed in the instrumentation. And if you're aware kung ano yung status na ating laboratory sa school, wala tayong mga ganun, eh. So I really want to have access and to learn about the instrumentation. Because that time, I'm also thinking is, if you have the instrumentation, experience, it's easier for you to get out and to go abroad because yun kasi mas advanced yung technology nila and yun pa yung nasa mind ko nun. Then apparently there's an opening for a regularization in R&D. Basically what I'm doing there is analytical pa rin but developing analytical method for testing biological substances, biological samples like blood serum and everything. The term here is the bioanalytical bioequivalence analysis. Because before you launch a product or a drug, you need to ensure that this is effective. So we need to test it in the blood plasma kung na-meet ba niya yung certain amount sa blood to be effective. So yun yung ginagawa namin and at the same time, it's good thing that the R&D also exposed us when it comes to paano ba mag-formulate, hindi lang sa formulation, we're also exposed na aside from the formulation, kailangan din nating malaman paano siya pinoproduce. 'Pag pinoproduce na siya sa planta because yung ginawa mo sa laboratory, 'pag ginawa mo na siya into tons, magkaiba. So we are trained how to do the verification, transforming from your laboratory sample to production. So yun yung mga learnings ko dito. However, medyo may ADHD ako, nababagalan ako sa R&D. Nababagalan ako sa R&D and I compare my life when I'm still in the quality control and assurance where ano talaga, kumbaga, buhay na buhay, yung tuloy-tuloy yung trabaho kung nasa QA ka. So, what I did that time is I exchanged with a fellow chemist from QA because she wants to slow down to go to R&D, so we swap. So that's my ticket going back to the QC, the quality control, and the quality assurance team. And that time, aside from testing, I'm assigned already to yung quality assurance, making the quality management system and audit. That time also I saw the interest, yung need for me to learn the process. That's why I took the master's in industrial engineering. And it really helps me a lot because I'm aside from testing, my career now is in quality assurance. So it's very important the maintenance of quality is very important, especially if you have products and services. So process improvement, ISO certification and the like, ito yung mga matututunan mo when it comes to the manufacturing. So, however, the ang medyo nakaka-bore kasi when you are in the industry, um, ano ka eh, of course, this is money, about money. So if you're assigned to one task, andun ka. Halos forever kang nandun unless you study or at least you apply for promotion or you apply for a cross posting or transferring to other department. So you have the flexibility to navigate kung ano ba talagang career ang gusto mo. And like Miss Lorly says, oo naman, when you compare to the private and public sector, mas mabilis ang pera sa private. However, it's also cutthroat. So it's up to you, depends on your ambition or your appetite for money or for growth. The private sector will really give it to you in a faster, bigger way. So yun yung sa private sector. So after I enjoy my life in the manufacturing, I explore because you learn already. You learn already at 3 year or 2 years in a certain function, boredom will strike you. Really, yun ang naging challenge ko talaga when you're the industry. So I explore for other opportunities and I applied. And what really piqued my interest is the underwriters laboratories that time. So they are that's the time na bago yung underwriters eh. And what they are looking at, the title is Associate Project Researcher. But I find it weird because they are looking for a technical people. Chemist, chem-eng, electrical engineering, mining engineer. But it's an office work. And I don't know na pwede palang maging office work magkaroon ng office work ang isang chemist. Because during the college and even in high school, the narrative that they're showing to us is after graduation, this is it, laboratory, production, and everything. That's your life as a chemist. So among the job offers that I have that time, they're almost the same. I project that they're almost the same as my job in the Unilab because it's manufacturing and QA as well. I opted to being the associate project researcher. And that time, ano ba yung ginagawa namin dito? So, it's simple. It's very simple. We just need to collate all the documents and see, for example, if I'm going to sell a food product in the Philippines, ano yung kailangan? Sabihin, registration. Enable for us to register what are the needed documents. So labels, testing, and everything. So we just need to summarize it in an Excel. So we get all the information from our colleagues from different countries. So I'm assigned that time to cover the American region and to summarize all the mandatory requirements for food, pharmaceutical, and cosmetic. So that time, hindi ko alam kung ano yung career ko this time. I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I'm reading a lot of information. Marami akong natututunan. That's why I continue. And I research about this kind of career because I don't know what is really this kind of career that I'm pursuing, but I'm enjoying it. And apparently after a year, I discovered that this kind of job is a job of a regulatory affairs professional. So, may nakarinig na ba ng regulatory affairs professional among this team? Tingnan nga natin. Ay, wala pala akong access. Okay. So, ano ba yung ginagawa ni regulatory affairs professional? So, yun nga, nung alam ko na yung term ha, I start searching for another job because from Unilab, this is a shift of career definitely, and it really hurts the bottom line, your salary, because it's a change of career. What will you expect? If you transfer to another line, you will not expect a good pay. So when I go to the underwriters laboratories, it's definitely parang ayaw ko ba, pagsisisihan ko ba, ba't ako umalis sa Unilab? Yun yung feel. Because when it comes to the security, stability, underwriters laboratories that time is bago lang siya. Na nagkaroon lang ng office that time because Ninoy signed an agreement with the American Embassy. So bago lang, the stability is not there. Medyo nag-a-adjust pa. And the way that yung mga ginagawa namin is mostly documentation. And nakaka-bore. Yun talaga yung nangyari. So I searched for another job, but also in the scope of the regulatory affairs. Because I know I like the job, but there are just some ano dito, may mga attributes lang na ayoko, which is wala kang kausap. You're just talking to your computer. So that's why when I landed to a a full-fledged regulatory affairs job, it is in Diversey. So it's a chemical company. Like what I mentioned, it's a chemical company for a cleaning and hygiene. So what I'm doing here, ang trabaho ko as a regulatory affairs professional is I ensure that all the products and services of Diversey follow all the regulations and requirements here in the Philippines. So kung hindi, it will be my responsibility. May mga waiver yan if you're dealing with the government. If you're the responsible person, ikaw daw yung makukulong pag nagkaroon ng non-compliance. So yan, day-to-day job, I'm doing registration and talking with government agencies and the like. And when you're doing a regulatory affairs job, hindi lang yung company ang kausap mo. You have external stakeholders, which is the government. That's why if you look at it, bakit ako may extracurricular activities? The Chamber of Cosmetics Industry of the Philippines is an industry association advocating for the development of the cosmetic industry and personal care industry in the Philippines. And sometimes yung the landscape, if a private company will be talking to the government, hindi yan makikinig. And I need to find a way how I can have access lobbying with the government, and that is to the industry association. So hand in hand, kailangan it will make my life easier, and at the same time, the kind of growth that I'm getting being active on the external affairs and the technology within my company gives me really a good training. So 10 years from and now, just 10 years ago, andito pa rin ako. I'm still a regulatory affairs professional. However, yun nga, yes, you will be chasing money at the early stage of your career, but at the same time, there will come to a point that you only need a certain amount of money, and it really you're now starting to look for purpose that how I'm going to be may silbi for a society. So I'm missing my life as a scientist. Oh, actually, I'm missing the experimentation and also the sciences, because the job of a regulatory, from being a hardcore science, because you should know ano ba yung mga requirement for your product, you also need to be political. So you also need to really have a good dialogue with the government agencies, and you know that the government agencies are somehow related to the politics. So it really tires me, that kind of job, and I want to decompress. That's why I put up my own manufacturing, which is the Terra Laboratories OPC. It's still a startup, but I'm determined to really work it out. So this is my story as being a chemist. Now, I want to really extract what is really the common for all of us. And sabi nga ni Miss Girlie, madami tayong pupuntahan actually. And I'm just presenting to you what are the options in a private sector, the industry. So you can be on an R&D, manufacturing, and regulatory. Okay? So para malaman natin kung ito ba ay para sa atin, I want to show to you yung what is in a day in a life of person in R&D. So just a repeat, it's just what we're doing in R&D, formulation, development, both the method and also the processes of production. Also doing researches, and now hindi na siya limited into technology, and you will be surprised that a chemist also has may puwang din tayo na word of marketing. Because the input of a technical person is very insightful to look at the market trends. Market trends that mentioned earlier, renewable energy, green chemistry, and the like, hindi yan maibibigay ng isang full-fledged marketing person. So if you have a knack for marketing and you're a technical person, you can look for other industry that are based on innovation. Clinical trials or product studies. Well, for manufacturing, chemists can also go, it's either you go on the production, ikaw yung mga nagtitimpla, sourcing of materials, inventory check, inspection, or you go to the quality assurance, where you do the chemical testing, inspection as well. Well, for the regulatory, so from the hardcore science of R&D and manufacturing, medyo nagkakaroon ka na dito ng yung art. Because you need to know the regulation. So, dapat interested kang magbasa ng mga batas at maghanap ng butas sa batas. So, you can at least give a strategic advice to your industry. Day-to-day work namin, of course, the preparation of documents. Kahit saan naman dito. Kahit saan sa text testing or sa experimentation manufacturing, you need to have a good documentation practice. Submission of licenses, permits, goes to customs, to different agencies to file for permits and licenses. Yung araw-araw. We also do site and process audits as required by the government. Innovation, yung product life cycle management, because as a regulatory, we should know what is allowed and not allowed in our industry. So umpisa pa lang ng development of your product and your service, nandun na kami. Because for example, in the Philippines, okay, marijuana is a good anti-inflammatory. However, in the Philippines, it is illegal. So if you're going to sell a certain product in the Philippines, it must not contain a marijuana. So you need to give this input to your R&D, to your supply chain, to your marketing that you cannot do a product like that. So yun yung mga ginagawa ni regulatory. So we need to be familiar with all the laws and regulations relevant to our products and services. Sometimes you also do patent because this brings you money. From the perspective of a company, you protect your intellectual property if you do patents. So even this, we are also involved when it comes to the innovation. Will it be worth it to do a patent or not? So yun yung mga we also got involved. Third is advocacy. What I've mentioned, being a regulatory, we need to have a very good relationship with the government agencies. Otherwise, the business will not flourish. So we do lobbying. We do position paper to the various departments here in the Philippines that will impact our businesses. Like, yung mga ano ba, registration ba or wala ng registration? Those are the kinds of lobbying that we want. Do we need to regulate certain substances or not? What is the cost-benefit analysis? We do that. Up to the Senate and Congress, we give technical inputs if a certain law or regulation will really impact the business in a good way or not. So, like in the Philippines, madaming requirements talaga. Ang daming lisensya, ang daming mga permits, and nagiging ano yun nagiging deterrent yun for the innovation. And we really want to trash out the bureaucracy within the Philippines because even though we have a very good research, good product developed by our scientists right now, if it will not go on commercialization, sayang. Because commercialization, yun yung magbibigay ng pera. And your good product, if it will not reach the market, there's no money and it will end there. So like the Kappa Karajinan, it's been there since I'm in college. Bago pa yata ako may Kappa Karajinan pa rin. But the situation right now is talo pa rin tayo ng Karajinan ng Thailand. So what do we have in the Philippines? Maganda ang Karajinan natin. But why it's not being used in the Philippines? Because of the cost. What are the attributes of the cost? Yung mga permits, licensing, ganyan. Mahirap mag-manufacture dito because there's a lot of requirements putting up a manufacturing plant in the Philippines. Even the having a radiation facility, even the private sector wants to have a radiation facility here in the Philippines, there's a lot of requirements for enable for us a lot of requirements, authorization, permits, licenses before you can put up that facility. So ito yung reality ng industry. Ito yung mga kailangan ng R&D, kailangan ng R&D, manufacturing, and regulatory. That's why it's very important that there is an alignment between the academe and the government. The academe and government to the industry. Hindi dapat yung demand by the industry, aware din si academe and the government. So, hindi pwedeng ito lang yung pinag-aaralan natin sa academe. My observation na the past few years, nung mabata-bata pa ako, nung, sige, okay, ito yung ina-study natin. Wow, napakaganda, perfect, and everything. But when you look at the real life, is it in demand? Is it in demand here in the Philippines or abroad? There's a lot of factors that we need to consider. And we really need to have an alignment. Otherwise, nasasayang yung mga efforts natin. And we need to put a scope. Ano ba yung mga target for the Philippines or ano ba, for export ba tayo? Again, the need or the demand, innovation, and also the sustainability. There should be an alignment between the stakeholders. Hindi pwedeng one way lang na okay, industry, ito yung kailangan natin, ito yung demand namin, and then si industry, wala man lang kino-contribute. At least the industry will also need to aim that they want to innovate. Okay? And of course, lahat naman ng ito, we need to strike a balance between profit, people, and planet. Because, syempre, kung nasaan yung pera, dun ka pupunta. Otherwise, what will finance all your researches and everything? However, because of the current trend like now when it comes to the climate change and other social issues, ito na ay nagiging trend that we must not focus on the profit. We also need to take into account our people, the community, and also the planet. That's why the reason for regulation is to really strike a balance between these three. Hindi lang puro kita. So if you can see some of the regulations na bawal na ang mga mga lead into it's long time ago. Bawal na ang lead sa bawal na ang lead sa mga paints. So 'di ba? Though maganda sana yung lead, 'di ba, sa paint based on science and mura ang lead, but it will impact your people and planet. That's why regulations was there. So to strike a balance between these three. Okay? Now yung industry, trivia tayo. So, medyo naka-focus ako sa Philippines and it's been my advocacy na rin. Right now, the Philippines needs more scientists, and based on the NAST study in 2019, the Philippines only has 189 scientists per million, which is the ideal is 380 per million population. So we are in a 50% deficit. That's why I'm very thankful when young people like CAMSO and also other institutions are asking for talks like this, because at least we can show the reality that we have right now, that yun nga, yung need ng country natin for us, the whole population to at least live an a comfortable life here in the Philippines. So yun. And hopefully, like presented earlier, there are some researches that there's exciting opportunity when it comes to R&D and also in the industry. I hope you can also consider having a career in science, not only in chemistry, science in general. Ano yung deficit natin? If you look at the DOST website, kung ano yung mga may scholarship, that's the deficit. Yun yung mga kinakailangan natin ngayon. So at least we can really elevate our quality of life here in the Philippines. But of course, sabi nga, kung wala pa kayong course na na naiisip, I just want to show you the hierarchy of science. And so ito yon, from the mathematics to sociology. From mathematics is very simple, while if you're going to the sociology, social sciences, it's more of a complex and dependent. And in between that, is chemistry. So for me, chemistry is on a sweet spot. So it was showed earlier that there's a lot of industry that is needing a chemist or anyone with a chemist background. So wag tayong matakot if you will be pursuing chemistry or any chemistry related courses, because merong chemistry sa lahat ng industry. And you have a lot of choices. Ikaw na nga lang ang maluloka kung saan ka pupunta. And among this industry, you can either go to a function of R&D, the manufacturing, or regulatory affairs. All right. So thank you very much. Ayan. That's end my presentation.
Ayun. So, thank you so much po, Ma'am Nunez, for that very insightful talk. Talaga namang napakahusay po talaga ng mga women of science. Gusto ko lang po munang tanungin, kamustahin ang ating mga participants. So, kindly send your favorite emoji para malaman naman natin if gising pa ba kayo? Ayun, napakabilis ng mga response. I mean, syempre, sino ba namang makakatulog sa mga sinishare ng ating mga speaker? So, that's very nice. Now, Ma'am, we will be proceeding to our question and answer portion. So the floor is now open for any questions and clarifications about the discussion of Miss Nunez. You can type in your question in the chat box and we will read them for you. If ever naman na nahihiya po kayo, you may send it directly to me or to my partner.
So, ayan partner, meron na tayong first question. So, babasahin ko lang po. Hello po ma'am, good afternoon po. I am a student working on her thesis as of the moment. One of my reagents is among the list of controlled chemicals. Sadly, my thesis is not funded by any institution. If I need help, kanino po ako lalapit?
Anong okay, the controlled chem is it your controlled chemicals or your funding? That's my part. That's the question muna. Mhm. Is it the funding or the controlled chemicals? Mhm. Because for the controlled chemicals, definitely, pagka for ano kasi, for academic use, merong exemption for a controlled chemicals. You can get it and it will be purchased to your university. So yon. But for the funding, ito na nga. So the funding in the first place, there are some studies that have funding already because that's the current need of the government or the within our community. Right now, my suggestion is maybe your professor or your advisor can really help you to go for funding talaga. Kung meron kasi baka hindi mo lang alam na may funding pala yung kind of study mo. So you can approach your advisor and look for it. Because sometimes ito din yung challenge ng mga students. Hindi natin alam kung asan ba yung mga resources natin. Sinasabi nila madaming pera ang DOST, but how to tap to that money or to that resources is sometimes the challenge. And we need those experts or yung mga within the field na talaga to connect to us, to the right people. Alright.
Thank you so much po, Ma'am Nunez. So, here is another question po. Personally, among R&D, manufacturing, and regulatory aspect of your career po, alin po ang pinaka na-enjoy nyo po and bakit?
Okay. Syempre doon ako nagtagal sa regulatory. Na-enjoy ko ang regulatory kasi iba-iba yung natututunan ko. Iba-ibang tao din yung nakakasalamuha ko. And imagine, from your life being a laboratory alone, you are now seeing the big picture eh. Yung ini-experiment ko, paano to magkakapera. And the regulatory career gave me that opportunity na makita ko yon. So I enjoy that. But when you look at it, medyo hindi gusto ko pa rin eh yung mga experimentation. Talagang yun, gusto ko yung ginagawa siya ng kamay ko. So hindi ko alam kung mapipili ko siya lahat. At hindi yung naging career ko kasi sa lahat ng naging career ko, it gives me something, eh. It gives me something. And the regulatory pa rin yung nasa top because hindi lang yung company, yung kung saan ako nagtatrabaho, ang nagbe-benefit. Being in a regulatory, I was able to get an opportunity to work for the community. So nasa association ako, 'di ba? We start lobby. Imagine, ito na nagkwento ng lola. We started as a contractual. License ka, contractual ka. Medyo mabigat yun, mabigat yun. And you're on minimum wage. And when we are on the regulatory, nagkaroon kami ng exposure na pwede mo palang ilaban yung karapatan ng isang professional. So right now, may hazard pay na ang chemist because of the lobbying of the Integrated Chemists of the Philippines. So if you don't know how to discuss this to the politician doing the policies, hindi yun mapapasatupad. So I like my job as a regulatory professional because it gives me an opportunity to serve also the community. Yun. Single-use plastics. So ayan, yan din mga nilalabi natin sa Kongreso. Yan. Plastic is not bad, but the way we use it, yan, may mga kailangan tayong reviewin technically sa batas. And we need to strike a balance na economy and at the same time your environment. And we can inject our technical expertise on that. Kasi minsan, the politicians, they are lawyers. But when you say plastic, of course, there's a lot of plastic. And what are the plastic that you really want to ban? Doon papasok yung technical expertise natin. So, madaming mga polisiya ang ating bansa na ngayon ay nire-review and we are trying to inject science on that. Okay?
Thank you so much po, ma'am. So, partner, baka merong eto pala, meron pa po palang next question po. So, babasahin ko lang po, ma'am. Is there a chance na you had a conflict with the company you're working with? They like to push through because of profit, but you can't because of the regulation.
Yeah, of course. Yan yung ano eh. Yun yung the conflict of that. Of course, the company wants to have a profit talaga. Yun talaga yung bottom line niya. And as a regulatory affairs professional, you need to be ethical as well. Mhm. So, hindi ka lang oo sa company mo. Kaya in our company, the regulatory affairs professional is somehow seen as a villain. Because, okay, stop, do not put that into the market. We always like that. So, we need to stand our ground. Yun yung challenge. Because it will bring money, really. It will bring money. There's a lot of technology that will bring money. But it really violates the regulation. So you need to stand. Ikaw pa rin ang hero ng regulations. Yun muna. Because at the same time, you were hired. So I am hired as a regulatory professional to ensure that we are compliant. That's my job. So, yun, dapat ang trabaho ka talaga, hindi kami makukulong. Yun yung main job ko. And part of the job ang makipaglaban sa marketing, sa supply chain, and R&D if we really need to stay compliant. So, yun na. So, above all, compliance muna. Yun muna ang ating Yun yung trabaho natin.
Yan, thank you so much po, Ma'am Nunez, for answering the questions of our participants. So, ask ko din po ang aking partner. So, partner, ikaw ba, sa talk ni Ma'am Nunez, ano ang pinaka-paborito mo? Kasi ako personally, ang paborito ko yung day in a life of R&D, manufacturing, and regulatory. Parang nagkaroon ako ng future and vision kung ano ba yung gusto kong pasukin. So, ikaw ba, partner? Ano yung pinaka-paborito mong part ng discussion ni Ma'am?
Actually, partner, same din. Nasabihin ko pa lang sana yung sinabi mo. Also, I think it really helps na ginroup ni Ma'am into 3 yung pwede mong maging career path. So, pwedeng R&D, pwedeng manufacturing, and pwedeng regulatory. And personally, actually, meron dun yung mga specific na binigay ni Ma'am na talagang nag-pick ng interest ko. And I think it would really help na meron tayong mga specific dots na yon na pwede nating i-connect sa sarili natin, ganun, para mahanap natin kung ano ba talaga yung calling natin and paano natin maya apply for the better yung mga natututunan natin ngayon sa chemistry.
Tama ka dyan, partner. So once again, thank you very much po, Ma'am Nunez, for attending the concerns of our participants.
Thank you very much as well. Yes.
Now po, let's proceed to the...
Ay, sorry dear, you go ahead. Oo, ganito lang mga matatanda.
Sorry po, ma'am. Sorry po. So po, now let's proceed to the awarding of certificate po. So, Certificate of Appreciation is awarded to Ma'am Jenny Rose S. Nunez for imparting her knowledge and valuable experiences during the MeCHEMism, the Chemist pathway, featuring the Women of Science, held on the 16th day of March 2024 at Central Luzon State University. Signed, Robert Sariel Anguluan, President, CLSU Chemical Society, Rizal Nunez, President, CLSU BS Chemistry Student Council, and Gil Felicissimo Cabrera, Advisors, CLSU Chemical Society, and CLSU BS Chemistry Student Council.
Thank you very much.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, again, thank you ulit po, Ma'am Nunez. And also, congratulations din pala sa ating mga icebreaker winners kanina. So, kapag nakita po ninyo ang name nyo dyan, please send your details to our facilitators. Makikita nyo po sa chat box ang mga details na need i-send. Or you may also opt to send them to the CLSU Chemical Society Facebook page after the program. Thank you po ulit sa lahat ng nag-participate.
And again, thank you very much po, Ma'am Nunez.
Yes, thank you very much as well for inviting me to talk to this session.
So before we proceed, we remind everyone to fill out our evaluation form on our screens. Provided din po yan sa ating mga chat box. Filling out this form will guarantee you an e-certificate for this webinar.
Ayan. So again, thank you po. Now, at this point, for the last time, may we ask everyone in the Zoom meeting to open their cameras for our photo opportunity.
May we kindly request everyone to open their cameras for the photo opportunity.
Ready po. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay na po. Thank you.
So thank you,
Ayan,
everyone.
thank you po.
Now, to formally close the program, here is the ever-supportive, beautiful head of the CLSU Department of Chemistry. A round of applause for Dr. Narisa C. Ramos. Good afternoon po, ma'am.
Hello, good afternoon. Natuwa naman ako sa beautiful. But anyway, I would like to express my gratitude and express my yung happiness that I felt today seeing Miss Lopez and Miss Jenny in this forum. So thank you very much for joining us. Napakaliit talaga ng laking tulong nito para sa mga students namin in the department. I would like to commend, of course, the CEMSO and Council for always supporting the students in all their activities. The president, of course, is Irene for the CEMSO, and the president of the council, si Susan. So this opportunity is very timely for all the students, lalo na nasa lower years. Okay, so you see the path that you will made is although we are ibigay sa atin na ni Lord, dun tayo. But dapat meron talaga tayong goal. Pinakita nila na if we have a goal in life, kung alam natin yung gusto natin, yun ang mangyayari sa atin. Kasi hindi yun yung napupunta sa atin. We are given yung mas appropriate sa ating buhay. Okay, nabibigyan ng same profession na napupunta tayo sa ibang field. Like, kung ang goal mo is industry, pero sa government, ang goal natin is manufacturing, pero napupunta so dun mas mag-fit. So, bibigyan tayo ng maraming menu in life, bibigyan tayo ng iba't ibang nakalista doon, appetizer, sa lahat ng yon. Choose your choice, what you have for dinner. So, students, And our speakers, I thank you for this opportunity. Sana laging merong ganito because every time na nai-invite ko dito, kahit noon pa na hindi ako department head, it's excited because I get to meet the alumni of CLSU. And ito yung way to show everyone that no matter how hard or difficult or tough during your college days, you will always be successful. You have a dream in life. So with that, I formally close the program. I thank everyone and have a good day ahead.
Thank you so much po, ma'am. And unfortunately, now we've reached the end of this program. For the last time, allow us to thank the following organizations. This event is in collaboration with the BS Chemistry Student Council, in partnership with the Technological University of the Philippines Chemical Society, the CLSU Association of Civil Engineering Students, CLSU Rodeo Club, and CLSU Veterinary Circle for 10.
Of course, special thanks to CLSU Society for Advancement of Veterinary Education and Research, CLSU Psychological Society, and Bicol University Chemical Science Society.
And that concludes our program. Thank you guys for joining, and we hope to see you again in our future events. With that, I am Eliza Mateo.
And I am Lena Q. Nagaosa, now signing off. Hashtag Abante Babae. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you po, ma'am.
So,
CLSU on the latter day, oh hail today, full glory and honor may yours forever be. The lives we share from the torch you hold, and wish darkness and spread cheers all over the whole